Hello, Becky. Hello, everyone. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hey, Tomb. Huh. Some reason it's this playing. Huh. Some reason some of the chat, the comments aren't showing up in the chat. Another 80s soundtrack. Huh. Yeah, I can see your comments, Becky. I can see your guys' comments on the actual phone here that I'm using as my camera. But for some reason, I have my tablet, so I don't have to look at the camera. The tablet right here, it's not showing up. Maybe I have to refresh it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Now it's working. All right. I got my camera set a little different this time. Hopefully it works. It's a little wobbly, but... No, it's not Indiana Jones. It is an adventure movie, though. Okay. Agenda. No, never. Not, it's not. Never any story, but it is a fantasy. So it's close. An adventure fantasy movie. I could give you a name of an actor to kind of give you a hint. Okay. What can I say without giving away too quickly? I say the name, oh, I know. This will give it away. Oh, I know. If I could say this, there's two actors that are well known that I'll just say the one that might not give it away. Last name or first name Val. Yeah, there you go. I could have said Warwick Davis. That would have totally gave it away instantly. But I mean, Val Kilmer. I mean, yeah, fantasy. The only fantasy movie he was in. I don't think Batman counts. Let's see. Oh, you were typing Val Kilmer, huh? I don't know. Hey, Tomb, did you see the last? This was a couple days ago. The Drawn and Quartered. I didn't get a chance to see the didn't get a chance to see the chat while I'm drawing, so trying to get the thing done. But here's the regional. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that drawing for the contest too. I got people's names. I got to put it all up and do the draw name of a hat thingy. Yeah, Cable. It was cool. I don't know if you're familiar with Dan Fraga. I always say Fraga, but I guess it's called Fraga. Dan Fraga. He was on there competing, and dude, he just went straight in with pen. He just took an ink pen, and was just like draw on the bottom of a boot or something, and just it became Cable with like a half dozen or a dozen other people in this picture. Of course, I touched up like some of the gun and stuff like that after the competition was over. A little more time to kind of tighten up things. I used a little bit of a Jim Lee technique on getting the black space in the background filled in. Okay, yeah, it was a pretty fun show. That was not a lot of trash talk in except for towards the end, but it was mostly people concentrating on drawing. Hmm. Uh, there we go. Yeah, just send it to me at I'm gonna do a video soon for that contest because for the people who entered. Try to get up before next year. Excuse me. Yeah, butterbeer. Yeah, butterbeer. And to meet a raptor. I don't know about meeting the raptor. I would like to have some butterbeer though. Oh yeah, Marvel characters. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Those are good characters. Yeah, from the '90s. Definitely, that's probably the only Marvel era I like. Or I like the earlier ones too, but that was the last. The last for me. So they changed all the characters into unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. A shell of the characters it used to be. Yeah, I like Ghost Rider. I actually have some books from Ghost Rider. Colossus is awesome. I always like Colossus. Cable and Wolverine was always one of my favorites. Also, I include, of course, like Becky said, Iron Man, and I like the Punisher a lot. I'd always buy the Punisher. Maybe I'll do a bleed on this bottom one. I might do a bleed on all of these. I'm still kind of getting used to this paper. Let's see. You had that one raptor where this guy in a he's in a suit, but it looks like it's pretty huge. It's pretty legit. Pretty funny. They have a handler, raptor handler. Yeah, I went to Disney. Oh, you went to Disneyland in California? Yeah, Disneyland's I think a little smaller than Disney World in Florida. California is Disneyland, and I went there, and first time I went there, I was an adult. I'd never went as a kid, so I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I'm older now, so I like Universal a lot. Yeah, Disneyland's in Anaheim, California. Yeah, I got in for free. The guy like he had some clients that have like year-round Disney passes that they get they use to kind of get some business clients in, kind of like a perk. So they have like year-round passes, so they got us in. Let's see. Okay. No panel breaks here, I don't think. Haha. I hate that, man, when you try to I've done that just recently. Trying to type it, especially the spell was it corrects your spelling or it thinks it's correcting your spelling and it's putting totally different words in there. No, yeah, I mean, I haven't been in. It's been a while since I've been there. I think I went back in 2010 to Disneyland. Let's see. Open this up a little bit. There we go. Zoom in a little. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a rides person either. I'm not a rides person, but yeah, I did enjoy Universal Studios because it was more like virtual rides. They kind of combined like motion rides with virtual reality, and it was kind of a nice combination. I felt like you were moving pretty fast, but which I don't like motion rides, but I enjoyed it. I got into it. Let's see. Is that light? Okay, just make sure you guys can see. Hmm. Yeah, Jurassic Park, the water ride, man, that was something else, man. I felt like someone was scooping up my guts when we went down that. I went down the slide. Man, that was crazy. That drop off. Yeah, it's gratuitous groin shot. Let's see. Whew, this is tricky. Still getting used to this paper. It's pre-ruled, so you can see. I don't know if you make out the blue line. It's like a blue line, and I'm trying to figure out the cutoff point. It doesn't leave you a lot of uh, key image space, so I'm not used to using these pre-ruled lines. I'm trying to figure out where I can go, how far I can go, stretch out until I start losing important bits of info. I know I got some leeway, but Space Mountain, haven't been on that. Hey, Monica Monster. Yes, Willow's playing in the background. Good guess. I'm assuming you guessed and didn't read the comments earlier. Oh yeah, definitely a classic. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, the teacups. Yeah, I'm not into the motion rides either. Some people like really get a kick out of that stuff. Not me. Boom. Yeah, man, I'll try to accommodate you. Just let me know what kind of page you're looking for. Let's see. Oh, night, Becky. You have a good one. Sweet dreams. Oh, yeah, good night, Monica. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I'll try to do it earlier next time so people can get a better, don't have to go to bed so late. I need a reference for that gun. This is one of the characters I was looking forward to. Wow, Becky's pushing for you for the cover, huh? Oh, I found out from, you probably already know this, but yeah, I guess we got, yeah, I think James got Dave Dorman to do the variant cover for us. One of the variant covers, I think it is. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Get a nice painted cover, Dave Dorman cover. For those of you who might not be familiar with Dave Dorman, he's like does a lot of Star Wars covers lately, I believe. Star Wars art. I'm gonna get a reference for this. I got him jumping from the building rooftop here. Yeah, yeah. Haha. Let us see what we got here. Oh, nice. You got a Chevy Chase autograph, huh? Cool. Were you watching Christmas Vacation at all? National Lampoon's with this Christmas? I didn't get a chance to watch it. I usually watch it like every Christmas. I did watch Die Hard though, another Christmas movie. Some would argue. Let's see. I'm trying to check out some references. Ah, Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah. I don't think it's a Christmas movie though, huh? Let's see. Let's see if I can watch. Where I put this? Okay, here. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. There we go. Yeah, Christmas. Oh, Christmas is. I don't know. It's kind of when I got older, it kind of changed. I think I talked about this before. It's a little different now that like my mom was kind of like she was kind of like the Christmas expert, and then she passed away. It was kind of like Yeah, she would get everything decorated. She would get us to decorate, get us to put the Christmas tree up, and after that, yeah, we kind of slacked off for. I got nothing against Christmas. I wish I was more on the ball. Let's see. I'm just looking up a reference. There we go. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean it's been a while. I mean it's my mom passed away, it was about 2006, and it's strange. It doesn't seem that long ago. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's like, but yeah, after that we just kind of. I mean, we still celebrate Christmas, but I don't decorate like I should. Once in a while, like a couple of years, I actually did put up Christmas lights, and this year we got a reef up. Put a reef up on the door. But yeah, I want to get more on it. Oh yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it's rough, man. I always would have. I'd know people who lost like parents or loved ones, and but man, when you experience it, yeah, it's like you don't think it's gonna happen. At least not a certain time in your life. You think maybe when they're older, a lot older. I remember when it happened. My mom passed away. It was really rough, and I didn't tell anybody like at work because I didn't really know. I just moved to a new city, new state, and I didn't really tell anybody. That was kind of weird to tell somebody, at the time what I was going through because I didn't know the people that well. And then I ran into a guy at work whose mom died the same year, the same month. That was really something. And that was actually helpful talking to him. He was going through similar emotions, obviously, and but surprisingly, what really helped too was we saw the Rocky movie. It was the Balboa, the last one, and I was always watching those movies growing up, and I was kind of related to. I like the underdog story and kind of rough background, and the character was going through the loss of his wife, and man, that really got us going. But yeah, 2006 when that movie came out, the Christmas, like the month after she passed away, it came out, and it's kind of therapeutic watching those. I don't know if I talked about this before, but yeah, it was. I've always been a big Stallone fan. Yeah, but sometimes you think you're going through something and you feel like you're the only one in the world going through this horrible ordeal, and then you find out people, man, some people are literally going through the exact same thing at the exact same time, and you're like, whoa. And it's not that it's comforting that people are hurting like you, but it's like, in a way, it kind of is if you can, like, especially you can talk to people and you kind of work through some things. But didn't really know them real well, but that was a God sent moment where I could actually talk to somebody who understood. Of course, I talked to my brother and my dad. We're kind of guys who we don't really talk about, at least me, I don't talk about my emotions a lot. I think I take after my dad on that. But nothing against that, but I don't know. I still got him. Yeah, it's funny. I'm a big Stallone fan because I like that I like the action movies, obviously. I like his acting, but I also like the characters but I like that he's a writer and a director, and he writes and creates characters. I really like that. To me, that's sets him above like all the other action guys I grew up with, Schwarzenegger or Chuck Norris. I love those guys, but Stallone kind of stands out to me because of the writing aspect, creative. Not a lot of guys like doing what he does. I mean, there was like Burt Reynolds. He was, I don't know if he wrote, but I know he's a director. But but yeah, yeah, other people's emotions. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I don't, because people handle things differently. They process things emotionally differently, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to cross a line, or I don't want to offend anybody. Sometimes it can't be helped, but I try to be comforting, and I wasn't sure if I was going to give this guy a cape or not, but it sure does come in handy for doing dramatic jumps. I gotta go back and check my reference for his costumes too. What's funny is I draw really lightly, so it looks dark, but when I'm drawing, it's really light pressure. So like you take an eraser and just go boom, it comes off just so easy. It just like it's like it was never there. So it took me a while to get to that point though. I used to push down, make indents into the paper, scrub that thing, and yeah, what's funny is on that last drawn and quarter, they gave me my moniker, my nickname in the voting section. They called me Matt the Eraser Cossin. Yeah, I don't know why they would do something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, I'm trying to. After watching Dan Fraga, man, work straight in ink, got me really thinking about, you know, not drawing straight in ink, but I mean, just putting down my lines and moving on. I feel like I'm making some headway though on some things, but let's see. I, my whole thing is speed. That's my focus on improving. It's always about speed, speed, speed. Those drawn and quartered competitions or whatever you want to call them, those are great for kind of putting that pressure on you to speed your process up. Man, I love smudging with this pencil, man. I love the pencil, but yeah, it's kind of like whenever I'm doing something, at least in comic books, my goal has always been, of course, you want to get better as an artist, but is to me, it's always been speed, speed, trying to get faster, 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 how to cut corners, how to improve the my speed quotient, like trying to just get faster, faster. Same thing like when I used to I used to do a lot of coloring in Photoshop for comics. I always try to figure out what can I do to make it faster. Let's see. Yeah, I love watching other artists drawing because I learn by just watching them draw. I learn, I see their process. Because when I watch them draw, my mind starts shifting into like what line I would do next, what would I put down, like where I would erase. And they think differently, so they do some things do differently. And I'm like, you know what? That looks like it would be a lot quicker and more efficient. Kind of like I did with the that cable piece. With the cable, I was watching. I watched Jim Lee, and he took paper towel, and he dipped the paper towel in ink, and then he would just take it and just start scrubbing in the black ink and to fill in large areas. And I'm like, man, that is great technique because it's so much quicker than using a paintbrush. I mean, if you're using a big brush, I mean, it's just like gonna take you forever to scrub in this areas. And with this, I'm just like, and it's there you go, it's down. And plus, you can get some nice dry brush look with paper towel, like I did in these areas. And if you go a little bit inside of the line, then you don't have to sweat it. You just add in a little bit of that. Well, I don't use this, but I still have. It's kind of like this whiteout. I use the Presto pens. I just kind of touch things up, but yeah, watching artists draw, man, you can pick up some techniques. Kind of streamline your process. Oops. All right. Part of my process is I'm thinking, do I want to let's see which oh, thanks, man. Yeah, there's some good ones in there. That's why I like drawing with those guys. It's like it feels like it kind of ups your game drawing with other artists because you want it to look good to other artists as well. So it just kind of ups your game. Puts the pressure, needed pressure on. Let's see, where are we going? Let's see. I'm trying to look for some gun references. There's so many different see the script that the script that James gave me. He calls for like a sci-fi gun, like a futuristic looking gun, but I drew him with, for some reason in my mind I stuck out an M60, one of those giant chain machine guns that you see in Rambo. I don't know why, it just kind of stuck out to me. So I drew some sample images with it in there, and people seem to respond to it. So this is a Centurion looking guy with a big giant M60. So I'm trying to weigh out. There's a new design for an M60. There's the old school 80s looking M60, and then there's like more of a sci-fi looking one. And just so you know, here's the 80s style. That one, that's the one I drew him with, but the one I was thinking of was that one. It looks a little more sci-fi-ish. I might be going with that. I don't know. I kind of want to go with what people respond to, you know? Oops, sorry about that. Not gonna stay around. So what do you think? You like the old gun design or the newer one? The sci-fi looking one? Oh, let's see. How do I get involved with agenda? Well, I ran into James at a party. It was an art gallery showing, and a comic artist in the area in San Diego I live. He had an art gallery showing, and my brother and I were just decided to show up. We didn't know any of them. Anybody there. We just thought, you know what, we're comic artists, let's show up and just see what's what. And so yeah, so we showed up to the party, and then looked around, and then we saw the art studio, the actual artist like desks with all the stuff around it. So we walked into the office just to we want to see how another artist, his setup is. And James was standing in there, and he had his like a plate of hors d'oeuvres or whatever they had served, and he was just kind of like off by himself, just kind of looking at some art on the wall. So we just looked around, and I thought maybe he was one of the artists, so I just started talking to him, and found out he was a writer, and I was vaguely familiar with his work, some of his books like Psychos, and he worked with Dan Brenton, and yeah, we started talking, and then friends with him. He liked my art. I showed him my art. He liked it, so we kept in contact about maybe just in case we work on something. But it took a while. It took a couple of years. We kept in contact, and then finally started. He came and said, "I think I got something you might like," and he sent me some script pages, and I was like, "Yeah, man." So we started working from there. I started designing characters. I started designing Machine Queen. I think it was like one of the first designs I started working. I went through like, man, I almost went through like a dozen designs on Machine Queen before I finally arrived at the present design. But with King Victory, I went through a few different designs. I got here's a little glimpse into some of the yeah, he just gave me, for Machine Queen, he gave me a couple photographs or some images that kind of gave me an idea of what he was going for. But it ended up being totally different. Yeah, totally different. I wanted to make something that kind of went with the Queen theme. So, but yeah, here's some more of King Victory. I even patched in some helmets designs. But yeah, like I said, I was kind of playing around with the cape. I wasn't sure about the cape, but I don't know. I think it's good for dramatics. Maybe I can do scenes with and without the cape. King Victory, though, designed his logo. Yeah. Yeah, this is the final. I got some final costume design here. So I gotta go with this. That's it. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like the old school machine gun. And yep, that's Mike lurking in the background. It's Mikey. Oh, I'm being noisy? No, we hear some movement in the background. He's working on some. He's working on some stuff. He's gonna be scanning in some of the new pages I did, so we start coloring, get agenda done, and I don't know, man. My aunt just sent me these. My aunt and uncle. He said, "Hey, Mike.
Hey.
My Christmas present from my aunt and uncle. Cashews. Oh man, so good." Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm eating on. I'm eating off camera at least. I know Mike Miller likes to eat on camera sometimes. Haha. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. See, I'm gonna zoom in a little more. I think I'm just gonna concentrate on getting this character done first. Also, he was a regular snacker on his channel too, huh? See, now I don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad. Sometimes, man, when you're drawing, you get that. You're sitting. get get the urge to chow down on some, especially when you got some Christmas cashews sitting there. Trying to remember that logo on his head. Let me see the placement. He still does that. Maybe not as much, but I seen him on. He had like those Slim Jims, beef jerk, beef sticks, beef jerky sticks, and then he had a big bag of dried mangoes. Man, I was getting hungry watching him. It's like, man, I gotta put this stuff away. He's just sitting here in front of me, and I'm like, he actually was on today. He was live streaming with his mom while she was cooking on the outdoor grill. She was cooking some chicken, skewered chicken. I think it's like she was dipping him in, I don't know, look, she was dipping him in sake or something. I don't know. They look good though. Grilled chicken. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there's different types of clips. Yeah, yeah. I saw him live streaming while driving. He actually called me on to do a private video chat on Messenger while he was driving. I was like, what the heck? He had the phone on the cup holder at least. It's funny. He helped us. He let James and I come on his live stream the last day of our agenda, and to help push it further over the finish line. So he called me and he's like, I'm picking up my kid from school. Hmm. Actually, I got a new live stream that not a live stream. Well, I'm thinking of doing a live stream, but I got a new video series I'm gonna start besides the live stream, and it involves driving. So it'll be safe though. I won't be doing the driving. was that? I don't think I. Sorry, I didn't catch that. What am I thinking of doing? Oh. Yeah. Well, I had one of my friends came from out of town, came in from Vegas, and he.
I just announce it later.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not gonna announce it later, but yeah, he gave me an idea, and I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna start doing that as a video series. So it'll add a little more content to my channel, and I'll probably do it pre-recorded, and that way I can do some editing to the video, kind of make it, you know, it's good to have live stream, but like, I remember Ethan was talking about the pre-recorded videos actually help bring in more subscribers. So definitely want to do that. Okay, now where's this? I'm trying to find some photo references for these guns. Oh, here we go. There's a perfect one. Yeah, it's top secret, man. Can't spill the beans. Plus, it'd be more fun being surprised, right? Let's see. I'm gonna keep going back to this costume design. Let's see. Okay, I see. You hate surprise. Hey, well, I don't like those kind of surprises either, man. People jumping out at me. I have a few friends who like to do that. See, I don't do that because I don't want to be uppercutted by someone accidentally. You know, reflex, man. People reflexively defending themselves or give somebody a heart attack accidentally. Don't want to do that. Let's see. Arm up. Yeah, let's see. There we go. go. Okay. So what was the prize I'm giving away? Well, the prize is actually going to be commission. Like people can request a character that I draw for them. But some people were kind of going. One guy seemed like he was interested in that Batman piece I did from Drawn and Quartered. So I guess it depends on who wins. They can request that or an original drawing from a character they like. Let's see. Put some more tunes in.
What can I do for you?
This is a soundtrack I just picked up. Japanese soundtrack. There you go. I haven't even played it yet, so I think I played this first song and that was it. Comes with 2 discs. And I've never played this game either. Yeah, I think the only Final Fantasy I played I got into was one with Cloud from PlayStation. I guess PlayStation 1. And I didn't even really. I never played through the whole thing. I had, but I was surrounded by people who did, like my brother Mikey and my other friends. So I was familiar with the characters, just the movies. But from there, I really didn't play the other ones. Sorry if you hear me chomping on this stuff. There we go. says disco vibe to it, I guess. Ah, I knew I was gonna be left open for something like that. Eh. I feel like I'm on drawn and quartered. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. Keep putting off that machine gun. I gotta get right into that though. So you got anything special planned for New Year's? Are you gonna stay home? We'll go out. I think you said you live in a pretty big city, right? Probably got something going on. That sounds like me. When I lived in Vegas, I think the only thing I did on New Year's is I went with Mikey, my brother Mikey, and my friend, who's also my roommate. We're all roommates from Michigan, but we moved to Vegas, and we went out on the to one of the casinos and watched the fireworks from the roof, and it was freezing cold. And some nice fireworks in Vegas. You could see the strip. But I think after that we just pretty much stayed home. Just wanted to kind of experience the fireworks at least once. Hmm. Hmm. Still trying to figure out some of the costume design. So when you design costumes, at least me, I don't do the whole 360. I just do like one initial sketch, and then I kind of imagine what he would look like from different angles. Let's see. Oh, really? It's been over 100. Wow. Yeah, Vegas would get cold, man, in the wintertime. I mean, it's hot. Obviously, Vegas is a hot place, but man, when you're during the wintertime, it can get. You're wearing like leather. I was wearing my leather jacket. But this is the funny thing. It would be really cold in the morning, and midday, man, it would get hot, and you have to take your coat off. Let's do this. Show a little bit. Oh yeah. You know what? It's tonight where I am in San Diego. It's actually cold. We got the heater going. Got the heater on full blast. Okay, I gotta go for that gun now. Gotta draw that gun. Let's see. Kind of like taking too much time on this. Trying to avoid. It's funny, as an artist, you kind of like. It's kind of like a kid, you try to avoid getting out of some unnecessary work or necessary work. And you're like kind of trying to put off that gun, but I just gotta, it's necessary work. It's gonna help make the drawing, I think. Did you see any good movies or anything lately? I wanted to see the Clint Eastwood movie, The Mule. Didn't get a chance to see it though. Not yet. Might see it on New Year's Day. Out here in they have like AMC Theater, and the AMC Theater is every Tuesday. I don't know if I already said this, but every Tuesday you can watch movies for $5. And usually out here they cost California. It's about, I think it's like 10 to 12 bucks. You can go up to 15 bucks. So $5 is really good. Yeah, it can get nice and expensive out here. That's not really any news. you haven't been able to develop something like narcolepsy, huh? Oh, so you have severe sleep apnea. Oh, you got asthma cough? Oh, no way. Huh. Like an asthma. I never heard about the asthma cough. It's because it's hard to get air. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Man, that stinks, man. That's good. Be careful. So is it when you pass out? So I mean, to pass out means you just like basically just fall asleep. It's not like passing out like you feel faint. Man, that's serious, man. Breaking. Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, I know someone who had sleep apnea. Oh my gosh. It's like you can't even feel it coming on. It just happens, huh? Man, that's gotta be scary. I mean, there's got to be something though that there's something that you take or. But you seem to have a good attitude, man. Because I would never know anything like that if you had anything like that going on. Because yeah, you're pretty upbeat when you're here on the. See you here on channels and everything. So this is a relatively new development then. Sorry, I don't want to get. We don't have to get into it. I mean, don't want to get into your personal business here. Just. But yeah, I mean, is it James? Yeah, thankfully, man, I never had anything like that where I had though. I think because I don't get enough sleep sometimes, I'll be sitting there watching a movie and man, I'm starting to almost fall asleep just watching it. And I'm like, my eyes are just like boom. I really gotta work on focusing to keep awake sometimes, but oh wow, stop breathing for 3 minutes, man. Yeah, I had a friend, used to be one of my roommates, and he had that problem where he stayed the night over at our place, and he would snore like really loud snoring, and sometimes like all of a sudden it was quiet, and it'd wake me up because it was quiet, and I just checked on him, and I'm like, is he breathing? And all of a sudden he'd be like take a big deep breath, and I'm like, whoa, I'm like, man, it kind of scared me. So I'm like, man, is he not breathing? And I think sometimes, yeah, he would stop breathing, and yeah, he was dealing with some things, some physical things, and he came to visit recently, and he's actually pretty good, man. He didn't snore hardly at all. He lost about 40 pounds, and he changed his diet and everything, and still dealing with some physical issues, but yeah, the deviated septum. I don't know. Don't they have those like nose clamps or some type of device you wear when you sleep? I know one guy I know he has to wear like an oxygen mask, some type of mask to help with the breathing. See it pull up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh man, do you have to like lay on your side? I know for me, I can't sleep on my back. I just can't really sleep at all. I wake up, I gotta sleep on my side, and do you have you ever use a special mattress too? I know pillows too. They got those new pillows where they're supposed to be helpful too. Man, this pencil gets really messy pencils. I think I'm gonna have to start doing a little cheating on this. There we go. There we go. No. Oh, it's good you got an appointment, man, for the 25th. It sounds like you got a good doctor who actually uh, is getting them on the ball, getting things going. That's good, man. But it's a nice way to segue right into talking about breathing machines and masks, and you go right into the toy mask toys. I just had that song in my head from the TV show, the cartoon, stuck in my head for a little while. Mask. I'm surprised they haven't made any like revamps or movies or something out of that. Seems like everything's starting to get the old Hollywood remake. You know? Man. Yeah, it's funny. I've seen, like out here, the G.I. Joe toys aren't too expensive. Um, there's a lot of different vendors who have them at cons, different conventions. And they're usually pretty decent priced. So, but yeah, I've never really seen too many masks. I mean, once in a while I see the masks, like different vehicles they had. But yeah, I didn't know if they're pricey. I guess that must make sense. Maybe not as they weren't around as much as the G.I. Joe guys toys is. I have like about, I think I have maybe a dozen, maybe almost 2 dozen like G.I. Joe guys, G.I. Joe toys. I have one vehicle. I have the Raven, G.I. Joe, the Cobra Raven. Like it looks like an SR-71, Blackbird. I got that one still somewhere locked. It's in pieces. It's not pieces, but I mean it's missing pieces. But and then there's one that I had is I wish I would have kept, and it was over the years you kind of move and kind of get smashed or something. I had this really cool looking jet, the Rattler, Cobra Rattler. Kind of lagging. Maybe that's just my camera. Oh, let's see. Kind of tempted to go on with things here. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. Just start inking. Try something a little new. Let's see. Huh. You know what? Man. I'll show you a technique I do once in a while. Sometimes it's like I shouldn't probably do it too much, but I like the light box. Let's see. go. Is it zoomed out? I'm gonna zoom it out a little bit. There we go. There we go. What I do is I like to flip it over the drawing. Let's see. Can you guys see that? I think so. I'll zoom in a little bit. And then I kind of get a reversed image of my drawing. And it kind of helps me see it from a different perspective. And I can change some things to it if I feel like it needs to. Victory. King Victory. Now, the purpose of this is when I see a reverse image of the drawing I'm working on, I can tell if something's off, and I can make adjustments. I kind of redraw it. Like I improve on the drawing, basically. I'm improving on it from a different perspective. And then when I improve on it in this reverse image, you see guys like, if you watch Drawn and Quartered, the guys that do digital art, you'll see them do this a lot. They'll like flip the image. So digitally it just flips it and they'll draw on it and they'll flip it back the way they had it originally. And they just kind of go back and forth flipping it. And they're just basically just checking the structure of the drawing, make sure everything's sound. 'Cause sometimes you get one perspective and you're drawing the same drawing for a little bit of time, and then you kind of lose perspective, like because you're so attached to that angle and image that you're like, it's hard to tell sometimes if something's off. It's a little bit. This gives you a fresh kind of view. And this is a lot better. I gotta make his arms a little smaller on the side. Can carry away. There we go. Okay. So see, now that I got the image, I don't know if you can see it, I kind of fixed it. I turn it over and I basically just kind of erase those lines that I changed so that I can see the other side. Now I can see the other side. Let's see, I can see the changes that I made. Gotta make sure you don't erase everything though, obviously, because I didn't change everything. And just kind of redraw it. Make it look better. Let's see. Okay. You basically erase his helmet, because I redrew it on the back, and that way I can make out clearly the changes that I made. Let's see, I'll zoom in a little more. There we go. See, I can see the lines through there. Fix this up better. And sometimes you just like the original one better than the new one. Huh. I think when I go with the face, I gotta use a smaller pencil. That's why I keep them around. Let's see, here we go, here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if someone told me that. Maybe. I know I do draw. I have drawn digital. I've done like entire covers digitally. But yeah, I prefer drawing pencil on paper, ink on paper. Having something. I know they always say having something to sell. I usually don't sell a lot of original. I do commissions, but I don't draw. I mean, sell a lot of original comic pages. I'm not against it, but I just like the feeling of drawing on drawing on paper with
It's more
pencil.
personal.
Yeah, it's more personal and feel more connected to it, the piece.
You can't just undo your mistakes with a back button.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you make a mistake.
Your light's out, huh?
Oh, no, I'm doing a light table right now. Yeah, if you make a mistake. Oh, sorry, am I off screen here? Oh, hopefully it's working for you guys. Yeah, but if I make a mistake, when you're doing it digitally, you just hit a back button or hit a undo button. But when you're doing it traditional, it really makes you think, and you have to really think, especially if you're already inked something. It makes you think of, let's see, what do I gotta do to fix this? And in that thinking of how to fix something, you actually, a lot of times, just come up with a different look that you would not have come up with otherwise. You might have redraw the whole thing. You might, come up with a new technique.
You start making the mistakes that create your style.
Yeah, and you start realizing some of the mistakes you make. You're like, huh, this actually works if I just adjust it a little bit or tweak it instead of just undoing the whole thing. You got to work with it.
And you create new techniques in order to get the look that you had in your mind.
Yep.
Along the way.
Yep. Create those new techniques.
New tricks for yourself.
So yeah, I mean, there's so many valuable
benefits.
things. Yeah, benefits and from doing traditional. I mean, it's expedient doing it digital. I mean, you save some. Sometimes you save some time, but sometimes digital can make you like take more time because there's so many options. You just kind of keep playing around with stuff, and you don't really need to.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can be as difficult drawn digitally, but I think really, it's not going to make you a better artist drawn digitally. Obviously, it's not going to make your work, but you can actually digitally does make some things easier. I mean, there's artists who would not be able to do some techniques without doing it digitally, you know, And I mean, I can do it on paper. If I can do it digitally, I can do it on paper. But like I said, there's some artists who, you give them a pencil and paper, they would not be able to do what they do. I used to not think that, but now I realize it's true because I've seen some people, they draw some stuff in their sketchbook and it looks nowhere near as, you know, jaw dropping when they do it in their digital stuff. Because I mean, yeah, I mean digital, like I said, it's got its, man, it's good, but I think even digital artists should still once in a while step away from the tablet and just start, you know. And I don't doubt that they do draw traditional, like sketchbooks and stuff like that. A lot of the digital artists draw traditionally, especially when they're doing con sketches for people. But when you're in that digital zone, man, because I've done that where I'm drawing just coloring digitally, and you don't do a lot of drawing in sketchbooks because you're so busy working. Okay, I think I got it now. There we go. Except this belt is looking kind of, you know, let me change this. Oh, wait. There we go. So this light table, I gotta make sure I look at the chat here. Yeah, this is my cheap little light box. Where is it? Right here. It's a cheap little one, but man, it works. Works just as good as a nice expensive one. Actually, thanks to Mike. Mikey gave me this one as a hand-me-down, but it does what I need to do. Probably get something a little bit bigger later. Can you put that back? Sorry. Let's see. You know, digitally, like I said, sometimes it's in a way during that drawing and quartered, I'm like, man, they got a little bit of advantage doing digital, and the reason is because, all right, wait. The reason is because, like, for instance, I was talking about filling in black space. You've got a big giant black, you know, shadows to fill in with brush. It takes a lot longer, kind of applying the ink, putting it down, making sure you're careful. And digital, you just kind of paint bucket, drop it, boom, filled in black, filled in black, filled in black. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. But this is the strange thing. I think because things are going digital. I was having this conversation before with my friend from out of town. We're talking about like the next generation. They don't really value DVDs or CDs. They don't value physical copies of, you know, movies or film or music. So they're used to streaming. Streaming is the way to go. I mean, streaming devices. So they don't see the importance or the value in having those. So I think the same thing kind of applies with digital art. I mean, if you just get a high-res copy of an art, some of these people are just happy with that because, like I said, they don't have that value of the original anymore. I mean, you can have a copy, it's the same thing, but I'm kind of wondering how the next gen will be. I mean, if they'll value original artwork or buying it as much as like the older generation before them. So, something to think about. I think it's a real concern for artists, at least. Oh yeah, yeah. It's already been 2 hours, man. Wow. And it's probably ending this too. So yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for dropping by and dropping some. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stream more, man. I'm gonna try to put up a schedule so that people know exactly when I'm gonna stream and they can just tune in. So I'm gonna do a bunch of announcements in my next video, uh, and that way people can stay connected and know exactly what's going down. So yeah, there we go. Working a little bit on the gun. Got the gun action going. I'm probably gonna ink this later tonight. So cool, man. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later too. Thanks, man. Hey, Mike Toom says later.
Later.
I think you could hear him.
What?
I said I think he could hear you.
Okay. Night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. I see. I think it has been 2 hours, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Even the silent observers. Glad you could stop by. If you haven't already, feel free to just subscribe. Oh, Becky. Whoa, Becky. You must have just woke up or something, huh? Yeah. Feel free to subscribe, and like I said, I'll be dropping some announcements for the contest that I had, and also scheduling and convention appearances too. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Again, thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah. Gotta finish up this page with King Victory, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. See you, Becky. See you, Toon. And whoever else is out there, have a good night. Bakuman. So how do you stop this thing? Come on, come on. Good night, everyone.